Sia Yun Este, Veronika. Congratulations, you are the second winner of my free video chart reading. Thank you so much for the poems that you sent me. They were the astrological poems. They were so beautiful, and I love them. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to put some at the end of the video. Um, and thank you for all your support and all that good stuff. So, let's get into your chart. The first question you asked, well, the main question you asked me was, so, with this dream roll, first we're going to, yeah. You have Jupiter in Aquarius retrograde in your 12th house, okay? Now, way back when the world was new, um, Pisces, okay, Pisces rules the 12th house. Jupiter, the planet Jupiter was home in the sign of Pisces. So Jupiter being in your 12th house, it's sort of like that planet is on its home turf. Also, you have Neptune in your 12th house. But with Jupiter retrograde in your 12th house, just shows, well, it tells me that you spend a lot of your time, soul searching. You're very introspective because you're trying to build an inner sense of self, which is really great for you because you have Saturn and Aries in your first house, and you also have a Moon and Libra in your seventh house. You trying to build, you know, when we're introspective and we're trying to build a strong sense of self, we really don't have time to, mix and mingle with a lot of people because we're soul searching. Again, and with Neptune there in your 12th house, it's on its, home turf. So you have insight into the real, universal cosmic reality. And this also is a very psychic position to have when you have Neptune in your 12th house. It's also retrograde. A lot of mediums have this position, but you also have to be careful when you come into contact with other people because you pick up on so much energy. You become like this, just not like a garbage bag or like a trash can, but you take on everybody's emotions, their problems, you know, you take on all of that and it can affect you and you can start, feeling sorry for yourself or, just having emotions that you don't know, you don't know why you're having them, but it's because it's someone else's. So you retreat, like Neptune does, like Pisces does, and Jupiter does. So you retreat into this dream world where everything is just safe and sound as a pound of. You got a full 12th house, okay, with Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus all in your 12th house. So it's like daydreaming is a hobby of yours. You know, you're always constantly in that little twilight zone of being awake, like that's like in between sleep state. But for you, it's daydreaming, where you're just like, you know, like when you see someone staring off into the distance and they're looking at nothing. That's you, but your mind is like, But this is a great position for artists. Like I said, I loved your poems. I love, what you wrote. But I would love to see. Do you paint? Do you draw? Send me some of that stuff because I am sure it's amazing. And with this placement, it's you sometimes can get upset with humanity because of the things you see. It's not in accordance with how this world is supposed to work. But your job is to, you're a teacher. you are a spiritual guru. And I'm sure you know that. So your job is to, teach people and to share, those messages you get from the dream world. Now, along with that, you have this Aquarius rising in the 29th degree, which is a number of significance. Now, the Aquarius rising is very detached to the outside world because you really want to gain a clear sense of your own unique self. So you stand back and you take an impersonal look at life. So sort of well, I'm pretty sure you put yourself in this dream world, but it's great again because you have Saturn and Aries in your first house. Okay, so you really need to know who you are and who you're about, and you've been given the tools to discover that. You asked me, how could you achieve some earth energies to function better in the real world? Now, I don't think you need earth energy, okay, because you already have some in your chart. You know, what I think, the lesson you have to learn is that of Saturn and Aries in your first house. Now, I know many astrologers will say that, Saturn and Aries is in its fall. It's debilitated. But I think once you learn the lesson, Saturn in Aries is very dynamic. I have the Aries energy myself, and I know what it's like when you're patient. I've seen the results of, when you learn those lessons and when you're patient and you're not so in a rush. Now those lessons are, the courage of self-expression, learning to know when to assert yourself, but not to the point to where you're overrunning others, but not letting others overrun you. Just having the courage, the strength, and freedom, self-will are all part of the lessons, and learning how to express them in a healthy way that will lead you to a more fulfilled life. And I know you're big on relationships and partnering because you have a moon in Libra in the 7th house. And I'm here to tell you, looking at your chart, when you do learn these lessons, you're going to blend so well with people. First and foremost, you are a Gemini sun. You have your Mercury in Gemini. In the 3rd house, you have a grand trine in air. Moon in Libra. So you have all the potential is there. All the capability is already there for you to be an effective communicator, a great friend, the ability to really mix and mingle with the crowd. And yes, you have that Aquarius rising, but the Aquarius rising leads the crowd. It does not follow the crowd. And, that's something you're going to have to learn. You're not a follower. You are a leader. With that Aquarius rising and Saturn and Aries in your first house, you're a leader. And I know, that's a hard concept for that moon in Libra of yours to swallow in the 7th house because you want, that's what you need to feel emotionally secure. You want to blend with somebody else. You want to have partnership, but you're a leader. You're not the crowd. You lead the crowd. You are a leader. So, take it. Not everyone is meant to be a part of the crowd. And with that 12th house, that full 12th house, it's amazing. The gifts and the things you will bring to this world is mind-blowing. And you're so young. And you have your progression is going to be amazing. I know it. So Saturn is now in Sagittarius. It's good news for me, bad news for you. Because as a Gemini, that is in opposition to your Sun and Mercury. And, with this, problems will come from other people, you know. Um, and at the degree it's at right now, Saturn is now opposite your natal Mercury. And this aspect in transit just shows problems of communication people disagreeing with you and what you say and how you think more often. Even a breaking down of a friendship where, just communication was just lost. Maybe you had a friend that you didn't talk to every day, but you still consider them your friend, but the communication was not there, so they just decided to just, break it off. Um, but you have to, because even though you come up with a lot of resistance from people because they disagree with your ideas and what you say, you really have to stick to your guns and to your plans, and don't give up so easy, because self-doubt can set in during this transit, and you will start to ask yourself, well, what's wrong with my ideas? And negative thinking can also come in, but the lesson with this, Saturn transit opposite your Mercury, is you just really have to you have to learn to be flexible with your ideas and not be so rigid with them. You know, Sort of listening to other people, what they have to say, and just again deciding what's best for you. Just being flexible with your ideas. Now, around February 2016 is when you will start to feel the effects of Saturn in opposition to your Sun. Because later on this year, Saturn will be going retrograde back into Scorpio. So it really won't affect your Sun, just mostly your Mercury. But like I said, around February 2016 is when Saturn will, be at the right degree to where it's aspecting your Sun. And I just want to say, even though this is it's a difficult transit, but the lesson in this is learning to let go, not fighting the currents of change, and but just going with the flow of things and being patient. This transit is not forever. When you're going through it, it just feels like it's never going to end, but it's not forever. Be careful of your health. Don't overexert yourself, and just because things are delayed doesn't mean that they're being denied to you. This time period is not forever. And take time to rest. Um, yeah, that's the advice I have for you. It is a challenging, transit to go through when Saturn is opposition to your Sun. You just feel like you just can't catch a break anywhere. You just feel like everything is just against you. But like I said, it's not forever. Take it day by day, step by step, and remember to breathe. In closing, what I want to say to you is I know you've been feeling, just bogged down lately. Because I know there's a lot of changes going on with you. First, your first house extends from 29 degrees Aquarius, and it goes all the way to your second house, which starts at 22 degrees Aries. So right now, Neptune and Uranus are transiting your first house. Uranus is in opposition to your moon in Libra, and Jupiter in Leo is now, in opposition to your Jupiter in Aquarius. So right now, the advice I want to give you is take some time to relax. I know you feel like you have like no one to turn to, like everyone is just against you. But these transits do not last forever. Take a deep breath. Sometimes, you just have to, I bet now more than ever, you just want to escape. Just to get away from it all and just like sleep. Just sleep. Because you feel like every time you get up, somebody is there just punching you back down. But like I said, these transits do not last forever. And take this time to know who you are and really, re-examine your life, because this is a growing period for you. And, unless we get pushed outside of our comfort zone and, are sort of forced to grow and learn about ourselves, then we'll never accomplish anything. So this is a great moment, sort of like a kickstart for you. After this, you will come out with a stronger sense of self. Like I said, you have everything just going on at once. But I have a feeling you can handle it. You got that strong Mars and Virgo, which is your willpower. And I think um, Mars and Earth signs do very well because it's stable. That's what you have to look to. That Mars and Virgo energy, just sort of keeping you stable. And next year, Jupiter will be going into Virgo around August. Jupiter will be going into Virgo August of next. No, this year. This year. Bleh. Jupiter will be going into Virgo this year, and it will conjunct. It will start to conjunct your Mars towards December. Yeah, towards December. So look for that little ray of light. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Have a great rest of the day. Again, thank you for all of your support. Bye.